Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird in New York City. I'm going to talk about Tony Robbins, who was Abraham Lincoln, PewDiePie, who was a samurai soldier and one of King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table, and Jordan B. Peterson, who was Dr. Carl Jung, among others. Okay, can you see that picture of Tony Robbins? Let me get closer. This is a cover of the book I'm going to be telling you about. Okay. And Jesus Christ, current form, Govinda Singh, and Sing Bird Song, King Charlemagne's current form. Okay, let's begin. I jotted it down so I'm not all over the place. I'm organized. Jordan B. Peterson, Eve's husband when he was Dr. Carl Jung, and she was his wife Emma Jung. His book, 12 Rules for Life. Notes on today's reading. Success makes us complacent. Number 2, we forget to pay attention. Number 3, we take what we have for granted. Number 4, we turn a blind eye. Number 5, we fail to notice that things are changing. Note, like the frog in the gradual hot water story, or that we fail to notice that corruption is taking root. Note from Miles Red. Pat Cadell, the Democratic Carter's pollster, shares his observation that Republicans are stupid and the Democrats are corrupt. Number 6. And everything, so this is what we're talking about here. Success makes us complacent and everything falls apart. Is that the fault of reality, of God, or do things fall apart because we have not paid sufficient attention? I believe that is the case. We stop paying attention. The yogi said life is endeavor and eternal vigilance. That means paying attention. Okay? The wages of sin is death. Writes Jordan B. Peterson, reminding us the Romans 6:23 statement. The wisdom of the past was hard earned. Note, in your past, you lived lives where you learned things and paid a high price. Example, I was Socrates. Socrates was put to death for telling the truth. Robin Birdsong, my daughter's life, was Galileo, who told the world, which he saw in his telescope, that the earth revolved around the sun, and the powerful Catholic Church arrested him, a house arrest, for 9 years, which greatly affected him. Who knows what eternal heavens might be established by our spirits. Note, from me, the spirits of past lives' energy are within our body and mind. Okay? Who knows what eternal heavens might be established by our spirits, purified by truth, aiming skyward, right here on the fallen earth. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Okay, I know Owen Benjamin has been criticizing Jordan Peterson because Owen Benjamin, who I respect greatly, who's extremely intelligent, nevertheless has a blind spot about men. He has issues, father issues, and he was greatly disappointed in his father, and he used Jordan Peterson as a father figure to be greatly disappointed in. I wrote a video. I posted a video a long time ago about therapy for Jordan Peterson. I know that anybody who is on a beef-only diet is missing some screws. I quote to you knowledge from Jordan Peterson that is truthful and helpful. You know, I don't expect him to be perfect, and he isn't perfect, and neither is Owen Benjamin. But Jordan Peterson is a thinker. He's a Gemini. He's very flexible, and that bothers Owen. He thinks Peterson should be rigid, you know, and so I just wanted to tell you that. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson has a lot to offer America, and just because he's wearing nice suits, personally, I like to see someone dressed nicely if they can afford it. I don't think that's a valid criticism. He has more money, he dresses better. That's logical, you know. He wants to put his best foot forward, and I appreciate that. Okay, the video, PewDiePie, Eve's son in a past life. He read 72 books, one of them on Buddhism. Guru Gorinda Singh Ji, who I showed you wearing the white turban up there, was Jesus Christ, 21st century, is Jesus Christ, 21st century, and the Buddha. He was the Buddha. He is the Buddha. PewDiePie recommends Viktor Frankl's extremely popular book, Man's Search for Meaning. It's about his life. He was a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and he was in Auschwitz, the concentration camp for Jews, and how he got on there. I heard it's an excellent, excellent book, and it's on my list of books to read. PewDiePie, after his readings, is able to understand and accept the reality of reincarnation. He was a samurai soldier, as was Gorinda Singh, and PewDiePie was one of King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table. King Arthur was Sing Birdsong, I showed you. Sing Birdsong in the red coat. He drove his motorcycle from New York City to Los Angeles all alone. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. King Arthur was Sing Birdsong, Jesus Christ, 1st and 20th century, Charan Singh projection. Sing Birdsong, Eve's son this life, was King Charlemagne in a past life. Gorinda Singh is his uncle. Gorinda Singh, Jesus Christ, the Buddha, is son of the highest authority, our Father, the Son. Sing Birdsong is the grandson of the Son. Son sees under links. No, sees you under links. Daughter, energy, Eve, her, will, L for will, I, sex, inks, writing. Okay? Eve, the daughter of the sun, writing feels like sex. It's so satisfying. Okay. W, her, I, terrestrial. Oh, I'm decoding writings. W, her, I, terrestrial. I, sex. In Gorinda Singh, Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Santa, St. Valentine. PewDiePie's favorite author. Okay, so let me explain that. I thought I wrote that. Oh, I did write it down here. Okay. PewDiePie's favorite author was a Japanese author named Mishima, who I may be mispronouncing that. He wrote of the Royal Japanese Samurai Soldiers. Gorinda Singh Ji was one. His Mishima decoded. Mild red I sex, shh, I sex, ma. But first, he, Govinda Singh, married her. And married Eve, married Miles Red in April 2018 in Fayetteville, North Carolina, impregnated her. How old is Ma, Mother of the Earth, Eve? 73. She was Amor, Aphrodite, Venus, Marilyn Monroe projection. Okay, and she's still sexy, and everybody still wants to have sex with her. Page 2, video of PewDiePie. Mr. Ma wrote Bushido, Son of Steel. He and the Flower and the Soul. He wrote that too. Believes a man should be a soldier and write poetry. That's a well-rounded individual. I like that. Not just a brute and not just a girly man. PewDiePie liked the book Brave New World. He did not like the book Fahrenheit 451. He thought it bad, boring. Instead of reading 300 pages, PewDiePie suggests you read 10 pages a day with the goal of finishing what you start. PewDiePie's absolute favorite book was and is Dr. Seuss was The Cat in the Hat by his PewDiePie's past life sister, Robin Birdsong, when she was Dr. Seuss. She wrote The Cat in the Hat. PewDiePie has 60 million subscribers on YouTube, the most of any YouTuber. He is from Sweden, this life. Okay, let us continue. Mainstreaming clues to you. Notes from the book. Tony Robbins' book, Money Master the Game, page 192. He really did read 700 books. Tony Robbins did read 700 books. He was Eve's husband when he was President of the U.S., President Abraham Lincoln, and she was the First Lady, Mary Todd Lincoln. Is the information hidden and only available to the 1%, or incredibly expensive? Hell no. The answers are available everywhere. Everywhere. Eve, energy, her, I. W here. Okay, the W of me at this time is Tony Robbins. And his words are here. I'm sharing them with you. So what's the real problem? What's decoded? Breast Heaven at Talk and Share. Okay? The answer is, what's the real problem? The answer is we have to bring in the human factor. I always say that 80% of success in life is psychology. The logic in one's psyche, soul, mind, and 20% mechanics, doing it. Mechanics decoded. Me, Chan, I, sex, conscience. Okay, Ma channels, I, sex, that's based on her conscience. When she follows her conscience, it's so pleasurable. She feels like she's having sex. It feels good to be good. And you are good if you follow your conscience. To solve this riddle of what's the real problem. We have to delve into the psychology, the way you're thinking about an issue of individuals, the values, beliefs, and emotions that drive us. These are only clues. You have to read the book. I'm reading between the lines as my mother told me when I was a little kid. You have to read between the lines, and this is what I'm doing. She was right. When someone has the right strategy in front of her and still doesn't succeed, it's because she's missing the second key to a breakthrough, the power of story. With a disempowering story, failure is nothing less than guaranteed. The people who make change happen, who get stuff done, who accomplish, who shift, who grow, who learn, they take their strategy and attach a new story to it, a story of empowerment, a story of I can and I will, instead of I can't and I won't. There's always a story, right? Stories control our emotions, and emotions drive all our behavior and actions. Now, that's huge information to know about your own psychology. And you cannot, as one of the billionaires that Tony Robbins interviews in his book, you cannot make it unless you control your mind. And you have to understand your mind, obviously, in order to control it. So let me read that again so you can write it down and remember it. There's always a story, right? Stories control our emotions, and emotions drive all our behavior and actions. Okay? So it's very important that you learn to control your emotions. As Tony Robbins calls it, your states of mind. Tony Robbins, President Abraham Lincoln in a past life. One of my own, it starts here. Here's her new story, and it could be yours. If I just happen to use the simple system of compounding, I can make a lot of money. I can go wherever I want. I can live however I truly want. I can be financially free. There are no limits except the ones I impose on myself. One of my own financial breakthroughs happened with an important change in story. Okay, now to read about that important breakthrough, you have to buy his book. He doesn't need the money. He's very rich. He owns his own island, his own helicopter, his own castle. And so he's not hustling books. He's trying to help the poor rise above poverty. And he's very smart and very experienced. He has helped millions of people. And he's just trying to help you in this book. And I find it illuminating because I don't have an innate interest in money. And I have never had any. And I have always wanted to have it so I can bring my family's quality of life up to the level of middle class or upper middle class. Okay, now let's, before I close, finish with some more clues about the basis of life. And you can find more about the basis of life on my YouTube channel, Mild Birdsong YouTube channel. Garden, the variety, is the mind. The house counterpart is the body. The table and the body is a stomach. The ocean is your head. The D-den, daughter den. Is that the womb, the little room, the tomb? 2 miles red. This is decoding the word tomb. 2 miles red, bird song. Breasts. Okay. There's the breasts. The W. You can tell they're hanging breasts. New breasts. Decoding the word womb. New breasts. Ordered mild red. Bird song. Okay. Eden. Decoded. Door. Enter. Door, enter. Energy. Good. Deep. Pen as penis. S-O-N, sun. Vagina. Okay, so the energy good, deep with the penis deep in the sun's penis deep in the vagina. That's good energy. Okay, vagina decoded. Veterans Administration. I'm getting better at this. Veterans Administration. Girl, guy, I-sex, in. Okay, I-sex. Decoded. I-semen. I-sexman. Okay. Ovaries. Okay, the sun is the third eye. You've heard about the third eye. Okay, up here, door, enter. Vagina, hole is a door. The hole in the vagina is a door to that good energy when the penis is deep in, the sun's penis is deep in the vagina. Now, the sun obviously could be the husband. You know, the sun is just the word for the penis source. The sun, this sun, S-U-N, that was S-O-N. This sun is the third eye, is the highlight. The sun is the highlight. It's the highest light, actually. Okay. Over is decoded. Order, victory, Aries. A-R-I-E-S, Aries. That's easy. And then order decoded. Order, daughter, energy, her, R for her. Okay, victory, I-sex. See, story. What is that word? That is Valentine's Day. Owned, impregnated. Son story. The son owns his daughter, and he impregnated her with his sunbeam, his supreme beam. The saint story, that's Govinda Singh's story, is that he married and impregnated the daughter, Eve, mild red songbird, the Michelle Birdsong. Oh, there it is. I wrote it down. The sun story is he married and impregnated me. And the babies, the sun put a baby in me, the S-O-N, and the S-U-N put a baby in me. So I have twins in me, and they are due Valentine's Day. And the boy is Giancarlo Arturo, and the girl is named Aria Elizabeth. Okay, it's Mild Red Songbird in New York saying, Happy New Year. It is December 30th, 2018. Good night.